So basically from YouTube, doing at least half a ton a year in terms of Monet. Can you understand my...
Claude Monet.
Yeah. My terrible analogies and accents. But, you know, there's a lot of money walking in your door, like personally from your online activities, your books and all that stuff. Do you consciously build wealth? One, you got to park money somewhere. Mm-hmm. Two, you've probably got more than you could spend at the moment and all that stuff. Like, what are you doing with money in your life?
So philanthropy has always been something I've done.
Right.
I don't do that publicly because that's not why I do it.
Yeah.
But I have built a lot of schools and things like that. Pencils of Promise is a great organization, by the way, who I run that money through. And you know, that's just like an ounce of kind of the things I do. Because you're right, I'm way above what I need, which is, it just feels great. And to be an example for the kids that I have, and to, like, giving is great. Is just such an amazing position to be in, for sure. Now, of course, I do take a lot of that money and put it into places to hopefully have that money work for me.
Yeah.
Right. So I have a personal finance sort of advisor who helps me move money in certain ways to hopefully, you know, it's been a good year for sure, especially with a lot of the investment in sort of AI tech and those kinds of things, NVIDIA and you know, just kind of being smart with the money.
Like, are we talking single stocks or just
some single?
Index?
So indexes mostly.
Yeah.
Just it's safe, it's reliable, and I have most of my money in things like that. However, I do have, because I like it, I have like a play account where I can do my own research and strategize. And if it fails, okay, I need to do better research, but at least I have that curiosity that I'm able to kind of go into and research, and, you know, it's been doing pretty well.
Yeah.
A lot of the money I've put into other startups. I've been supporting other companies and, you know, generating equity in certain companies and things like that, which has been really neat. It's been great to be able to help friends get their start, and some of that money is gone.
Yeah.
Those companies didn't go anywhere, and that's fine. That's a risk you take. Some of those companies have done very well. I'm also an advisor to a lot of different companies, Kid and Circle and a few others.
And they're paid roles?
Those are not paid. Those ones in particular are not paid roles, but I do have equity in those companies.
Okay, great.
Such that if there's a moment to sell, cool.
Yeah.
Or if they get bought out or go IPO, you know, great.
Yeah.
So those are fun. And again, I can have a little bit of influence on those companies, where they go, strategy, relationship building, those kinds of things too. So
do you do much direct real estate yourself?
I've tried that. It just wasn't for me.
Yeah.
You know, I know that is an amazing opportunity and investment, and it just, again, I'm optimizing for fun, and it just wasn't fun for me. So,
are you the Marie Kondo of money?
You know, you have to ask yourself, does this spark joy?
Yeah.
And honestly, it's not just for clutter in the house.
Yeah.
It's for clutter in your life.
I want to see if Pat is in tune with, like, current online stuff. It doesn't spark joy yet.
6, 7.
It's the power of yet. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Please.
yes.
Yeah. I said that to someone the other day, and it was just like over their head.
Over their head.
Yeah, okay. So,
but those things move fast.
It's a good. They really do, and I clearly move slow. Yeah. So you've got this vibe, if you will, in your business or work, or you and also your investing. I mean, investing shouldn't be fun, granted, but if it doesn't spark that same, I don't know, tickle as the joy.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It's like, if I don't like this, there's a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Books, lean learning, how to achieve more by learning less. You know, this is funny, and I'm literally, everyone, I'll put a link in the show notes. Buy a copy of this book. You know, when you go to different events and you, and this is I do these real long, convoluted ways of setting up a dumb point. Like,
I'm excited for this.
Yeah. It's the dumb point. The reason that this stood out to me, like achieving more by learning less. Whenever you go to, like, networking events, or you come to FinCon, oh, so Glenn, what are you working on next? What's the next thing? I'm like, nothing. Like, literally can't be bothered. Or they're like, oh, what are you doing this year? I'm like, well, my whole vibe at the moment, and it has been for the last few years, in this transition of started the podcast, went to the moon, printed money. Everyone's got a podcast now, ad rev's going, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm redoing it. And like my whole thing is I want to do less and do it better.
Hell yeah.
Like I'm sick. Why do we always have to be doing more and more? And that's why more by learning less. Why did you write this? Who's it for? And why should someone pick it up and who should pick it up? And I also just throw a heap of crap out on the table and you can pick up whatever you want.
Sifting through crap.
Yeah.
It wasn't crap, by the way.
Nah, probably was.
So we are in an interesting time right now, and I think we can all feel it, that there's just so much out there, so much info, right? Here's the thing. Information used to be valuable. Literally, if you were the smartest person in class, in school, you were going to be the most successful, just by default. I don't know if in Australia you had it, but we had the Encyclopedia Britannica.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, cool. You were smarter because you could afford it, and you had this brick of books in your house, right? We haven't evolved to be able to consume all that's coming our way. We're treating info like it's a scarce food source, though, right? If you were like a caveman or something, you see like a food source, you hoard it because that's survival. And we've always thought of information in the same way. That's why it's consuming food, consuming info, digesting food, digesting info.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. We are at a buffet line of information now. And we, because of our nature, are hoarding all the food we can get, all the information. And when you go on any of these platforms, they're force-feeding more food down your throat, right? Because if you look up anything on YouTube, you're going to get 100 more pieces of content that are great, that have the perfect title, thumbnail. They're going to rope you in and suck you in. And so I wrote this for, my kids, because they're becoming young adults soon, for anybody who's trying to acquire new skills and trying to just navigate the noisy world that we live in. I want people to begin to understand that you need to trade just-in-case learning for just-in-time learning. Finding the right piece of information for the right purpose at the right time.
But there's an art there of knowing where to find the information.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Now, here's the thing. We know that information exists. We just have to find the right mentor or resource or whatever it might be. And what we're dealing with here also is FOMO. I found that I used to be so hungry for info because it kind of felt good. It felt like progress. When in reality, it almost always distracted me. I've already said yes to these things I have to do in my business, but then now there's 5 other strategies I have to do. And what do we do when we go in our car on a drive? You put another podcast on. You listen to an ebook. And if you're not doing that, you're wasting your time. That's how we were taught. But here's the thing I've been doing lately that's been really great. I've been going on drives in silence.
I've been doing that as well. I'm
raw dogging it in the car.
Shat you not. Like,
that's cool. I love that somebody else is doing that.
But as well, it's this weird. My reason, it's not as profound as yours.
I want to hear your reason too.
Okay, my reason is I just ditched Apple Music and Spotify and just use YouTube Music now, and I started again my catalog.
Oh, okay.
So I've had no music, so I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to vibe it out and just drive.
Yeah.
And see what happens.
First of all, you hear noises that you never heard before. You're like, oh, my car.
Thump. Oh, what was that?
What is that?
Just someone.
But the second thing, there's a reason why it's called shower thoughts.
Yeah.
You're in the shower. There's literally nothing else you can do but think. And that's where you get your best ideas because there's nothing. I mean, I hope you don't have a computer in there. Some people probably do.
Yeah.
But that's literally the only time we give ourselves to just decompress, to be with ourselves, to think and not just continue to absorb.
Consume, yeah.
But we can digest finally. When I'm in the car alone on a drive, that's when my best ideas come out. I can think more deeply about the things I'm already dedicated to instead of just adding more on my plate, right? We have so much on our plates already. So again, this book goes through different strategies to not just find the right resources, but to learn and almost kind of speed run skill acquisition. And it's been an interesting exercise to extrapolate all the experiences I've had being successful across so many different industries into a book that goes, okay, here's how I was able to approach all these things, right? From the way that I approach public speaking to learning how to go fishing and all these things. Like, I found the frameworks finally that I can now share with others. And so for my kids, anybody growing up today, I don't admire you with all that you have access to and how much distraction there is.
Are you worried for your kids?
Yes.
Because I don't know, it's just crazy. Like, I was thinking the other day, what's everyone going to do? I mean,
well, from like an AI perspective, yeah, absolutely. I mean, for a while, my in-laws, no offense to them, I love you, by the way, they were like telling my son to be a coder. Like, you got to go to coding school, do coding, because that's going to be an industry that will forever be. Nope.
AI will be coding.
They're already coding.
Yeah.
Right? So everybody who studied coding is like, they're done for now. They got to kind of restart.
But the funny thing about AI, right, it's interesting because a lot of things that say that it's AI isn't actually AI. It's just automation in a system. Like, I was talking to a friend the other day. He's an engineer doing a lot of renewable energy stuff, and we're working on a project. And I'm like, oh, will we just get like some type of AI thing? You go, and he was like, what do you mean AI? Like,
it's just rules.
It's just rules based. Like, look up pseudocode. You know what I mean? Like it. Yeah, but
still, like, the output is now faster and better, and in many cases not. But also,
we as in society, I think. And someone says to me, "Oh, what do you think they should teach in schools? All this money stuff." I'm not the view that we should teach money in schools. I don't have a view of that because I don't do education. Just like, I think the skill is learning how to think and
how to learn, how to pick up new things.
Pragmatic thinker and
absolutely.
all that.
I'm 100% behind you on that. I'm 100% behind teaching communication. How do you become a public speaker? How do you talk to people? How do you collaborate, work with others? How do you problem solve? These are the kinds of things that...
Understanding good risks to take in your career.
Yeah. And the financial part of it, I think, is important too, because you need to know how to work with money and have it work for you. Here's the number one skill I think is going to be the most important skill in the future for anybody, especially if you are online. You need to learn how to tell good stories. The better that you can tell stories, the more likely you are to not blend in with everybody else's information and all the freely available stuff that's out there. You're able to then wrap that information around you, your experiences, your expertise, your ups, your downs. And when you can do that and connect emotionally with somebody because you're relatable, then you bring the human back in this AI world. And as I like to say, if you can learn how to move people, then you will move people.
And that could be if you're an employee and don't want to take over the world with the business, right?
No, you don't have to be an employee or an entrepreneur.
Did you ever read the book How to Win Friends and Influence People?
Dale Carnegie, absolutely.
Yeah, which is funny you read that, right? And my mentor actually gave me that book when I was 25. He was my mentor. And he says, oh, you got to read this book. A friend of his, he goes, his mentor basically said, I made my first $1 billion after I read that book. And when you 30,000 foot view of that book, it's pretty common sense. Like, engage with people. Don't be
what's that quote from Dale Carnegie? You can have anything in life you want so long as you help other people get what they want.
Yeah.
That's Dale Carnegie. Or there's a chapter on the most beautiful sound to a person is their own name.
Yeah.
Just say a person's name when you're talking to them.
Patrick.
Not like that. That's my mom when she's upset at me.
Yeah. So it just goes back to the fundamentals, right? Look after people. My when I left my employment to start my business, like when I was 25, my boss at the time, he said to me, like literally the last thing, I was walking out the door the last day at work, he walked up to me, tapped me on the shoulder, and he went, 2 things. I'm like, yeah. He goes, don't chase the dollars and look after people. And that's all I do now. Just do win-wins.
Yeah.
Look after people.
It's crazy. I was talking to somebody at lunch about this in the Pokemon channel and how successful it was. And I was like, the reason why it's so successful is because I didn't need it to succeed.
Yeah. You weren't desperate.
I just wanted to tell good stories.
See, my challenge is, and I'm like Glenn the money guy, but it's like, no, I'm not. I'm just Glenn. I did a boat course at a technical college a couple of years ago.
Let's go.
Like just last week, I was...
Was it for sailboat?
No, it wasn't. It was. So I'm now. I've got the qualifications to get a commercial. Well, to pilot a commercial vessel with up to like 12 meters in length.
Oh, sweet.
So, and
For
it's
fishing or for like
just for whatever.
For whatever.
Yeah. So I did all because I've got my own boat. I live on a harbour and all that. And
that's the dream, man.
And I'm like, I'm more than just the money guy. And then last week I was doing all the electrical and wiring in my new studio, like upstairs. And it's like, I'm like, okay, I'm 40 now, a little bit more, 41. It's like, what do I want to do when I grow up? And I know that's why I'm thinking, do I take the episodes back to one a week and try and do something else? Because a lot of us, because I really want to acknowledge the people that listen to this podcast are employees and aren't entrepreneurs, but I think we always need to be asking ourselves, what are we doing now? Do we like it? Yes. Cool. Can you refine it, double down?
Yeah.
Do you like it? Not really. Okay, what do you need to do in your friggin' life to make it do you like what you're doing? Yes. Make a change.
Yeah. I mean, every good business does an audit to determine whether the strategies they're doing works.
Yeah.
Yet we don't do that for our own lives.
Yeah.
There's a section of the book where I talk about unautomating everything. We've automated so much that we're kind of just like drones and kind of just going through the motions now. You have to sit and reflect on, like you said, what are you doing, and does it match with where you want to go?
Mm-hmm.
And if not, okay, now you know, and let's make a change.
Yeah.
Right. I call that a why-focused introspection, or a Wi-Fi for short. Because if you don't have Wi-Fi, you're lagging.
A friend of mine, he
doesn't like my jokes.
All right.
Nah.
Oh, I know. I got him. Don't worry.
Yeah.
A friend of mine.
He doesn't like my jokes
Yet. Exactly. A friend of mine, she works, does a million things, she's studying law, doing all that, and works at a gym. And they've got like the message board every morning. And I liked one of them. And she's like, oh, you'll have to give me one. And I was thinking, and I sent her one the other day. I'm like, I want you to write this. Want change? ? Change something.
Yep.
Pretty simple. Hey, it's Glenn here. Thank you so much for watching today's video. You made it to the end. Can I ask a favor? Can you hit that like button and maybe hit subscribe if you want to get notified when we release further videos just like this one, whether you watch the Money, Money, Money podcast or Retire Right. And remember, if you want to learn more about investing, I've got an investing book, The Quick Start Guide to Investing, and there's a link in the description to get your hands on a copy. Thank you so much. Bye.